Wisconsin and Minnesota. Thank you.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke. Briggs is on assignment tonight. That was President Biden kicking off his speech in Superior this afternoon. His stop in the Twin Ports today came just one day after his State of the State Union address, where he put a large focus on the bipartisan infrastructure law that could benefit communities across the Northland. CBS 3's Natalie Grant was at the president's speech today. Natalie, what are the local projects he highlighted?
Well, Kristen, the president's speech today touched on a lot of themes that we saw in last night's State of the Union address, ranging from the war in Ukraine all the way to inflation. But the main focus of today's visit are those infrastructure projects that are aiming to benefit people of the Twin Ports, like the Blotnick Bridge, which you see behind me, that connects Duluth over into Superior. Now, before his speech, the president made an unannounced stop to the Blotnick Bridge to survey its needs. He navigated the Can of Worms detours and met with several local lawmakers and construction crew members to talk about how the bipartisan infrastructure law could benefit the project. Now, the infrastructure law is setting aside $40 billion in bridge improvements across the country, with a large chunk of that being allocated to states like Minnesota and Wisconsin. Now, throughout his speech today, he put an emphasis on large-scale bridges like the Blotnick and the importance that they have on a region to prosper.
It's a bridge that connects our cities and your cities and your state. A bridge that carries people to work and carries goods out of your port. You know, when the Husky Oil Refinery exploded in Superior back in 2018, this bridge was one that many of you took to get your families to safety. So you know it matters.
Now, the Blotnick was built back in 1961 and is now nearing the end of its lifespan. It's set to go through a major multi-million-dollar reconstruction project coming up in 2028. But, Kristen, it's not just the Blotnick project that was touched on today. It's not coming up tonight at 6. We're going to highlight much more of those projects that he spoke on about how they're going to benefit the Twin Ports area.
And certainly something folks are curious to hear about. We'll check in with you again at 6 o'clock. Thank you, Natalie. Our Northland Republicans are reacting to the president's words tonight. And CBS 3's Rob Coles heard from Congressman Tom Tiffany, who represents the Northwest Wisconsin area in D.C. Rob, Tiffany voted against the infrastructure bill, so I'm sure he was listening closely to what the president had to say today.
Well, Kristen, Representative Tiffany says he stands by his vote against the infrastructure plan. He says he made that choice because he felt only a small amount of the bill went to projects that use concrete and steel. The congressman claims only about 10 to 20% of the bill will go towards what he calls real infrastructure projects, and much of the bill will go toward Green New Deal projects. He says some of the renewable energy efforts with wind and solar will create jobs overseas, but added that he believes focusing on fossil fuels would create jobs in America. Tiffany also says the inflation we're seeing in the U.S. right now may mean that the money allocated to the projects in the bill may not go as far as originally intended.
Concrete is up. The diesel fuel that goes into these projects, it's all, $1, $1.50 a gallon more expensive. So what many people will think, oh, we're going to be able to get more done with these projects, we're actually not going to be able to because of the inflation.
Representative Tiffany says House Republicans had their own infrastructure bill that would have cost about 1/3 of the Biden plan. He said it would have been strictly focused on infrastructure plans like ports, roads, and bridges, but without a majority in the House, their plan didn't come to fruition. Representative Tiffany says there were some aspects of the Biden bill that he does support, including funding the cleanup of the St. Louis River. So, yeah, we'll hear a little more tonight.
All right, we'll check in with you again at 6 o'clock. Thanks.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Minnesota Republicans are calling on President Biden to commit to energy independence and mining critical minerals here in the Northland. Representative Spencer Igo from Grand Rapids is just one lawmaker who signed that letter. In it, he called on the Biden administration to reconsider its decision to cancel mineral leases in Minnesota. That move impacted Twin Metals' proposed copper-nickel mine near the Boundary Waters. Igo says we can produce those critical minerals right here in Minnesota, and it's time for America to invest in the Northland. Republicans also added relying on the nations like Russia for important commodities that power our economy is a strategic mistake. One that Igo says leaves America and the free world vulnerable to what he called autocratic dictators like Vladimir Putin. A big group gathered in Superior today asking President Biden to focus on environmental initiatives. Protesters stood outside the UWS campus holding signs calling for environmental action. They mainly spoke out against Enbridge's Line 5, a pipeline that starts in Superior and runs through northwest Wisconsin to Michigan. Enbridge is also looking into building a tunnel under the Straits of Mackinac to hold the pipeline. Environmental advocates claim the pipeline could harm indigenous lands and water, and that the government should work to protect it.
I hope the president uses the full extent of his power to take action to address the climate crisis and to listen to the indigenous peoples of this nation.
Enbridge is also in the planning phases of relocating a stretch of that pipeline after tribes in the Ashland County area made that demand. Meanwhile, Enbridge spokespeople have said they take every precaution with this project, and shutting down Line 5 could cost the region billions of dollars. Several groups hosted the protest, including Honor the Earth and the National Wildlife Federation. Prosecutors are asking to move the sexual assault case against a former Proctor football player to adult court. That motion was filed in St. Louis County Court today. It's expected to be considered when the now 18-year-old appears in juvenile court tomorrow. He's accused of sexually assaulting a teammate with a plunger after a Proctor varsity football practice last fall. The suspect was 17 at the time. The victim was several years younger. Proctor police investigated the incident for weeks before passing their findings on to the St. Louis County attorney, who eventually decided to charge the teen. We'll follow that hearing tomorrow and bring you updates as they come in. Well, Dave joins us now for a check of the weather. Dave, sure nice to see the blue sky and sunshine.
It was a beautiful day today, and we'll take a live look up Highway 53 towards the Ash Lake area to prove that point. Beautiful fresh snow on the ground, decent road conditions, and a blue sky above. That similar picture will last through Thursday, but after that, all bets are off. We have high pressure coming in tonight to keep the sky clear and actually drop our temperatures down a bit. We could go as cold as 15 below up there towards Ash Lake, and at least a few degrees below zero for the rest of our region. Then Thursday comes up sunny, but that low looming to the west, that's the one that could bring us a very slippery, messy mix for our weekend. So the short-term forecast is really quite lovely. Clear to partly cloudy tonight. Overnight low temp around the Twin Ports, down towards 5 below. Again, could be 15 below to get towards places like International Falls. And it could be as warm as, say, 1 below. Maybe over towards Ashland, places like that. Then Thursday, mostly sunny. High temp 21 isn't so bad, though the normal is 30. Come Friday, the day of change, the clouds build in. From said clouds, an 80% chance for a rain-snow mix for a good portion of our region Saturday night into Sunday morning. We'll talk about the latest theories on what's going to happen coming up in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, MnDOT is hosting a virtual meeting on upcoming bridge construction in 2 harbors. Details drivers will want to know coming up in City by City.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not 1, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-758-1647. Again, that's 800-758-1647. With Bath Planet, you get industry-leading products to modernize your bathroom with personalized options to fit your needs. Bath Planet has custom-built showers, baths, and maintenance-free wall surrounds with over 100 different colors and styles. Our certified installers can be done in as little as a day using products backed by the Good Housekeeping seal of approval and a matching labor warranty. Right now, you can receive 10% off your entire project and 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2023. Bath Planet, out-of-this-world service, down-to-earth price.
Stay connected to live local CBS 3. Check out our exclusive content on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as our mobile app, and join the conversation on today's big stories.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Virginia tonight. A beautiful evening before a possible messy system makes its way in toward the end of this week and into the weekend. Dave will be in with your full forecast in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region. A contest for youth filmmakers in Duluth and a new reading challenge for readers in Evelyn. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We'll start things off in Two Harbors tonight, where MnDOT will be hosting a virtual meeting next week to discuss bridge construction. Both the Stewart River and Silver Creek bridges north of Two Harbors are set for construction this spring. Both bridges will see bike and pedestrian lane improvements, and the Stewart River Bridge will see an additional lane added to accommodate traffic near Betty's Pies. If you're hungry, I apologize for saying Betty's Pies. The meeting will be held next Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. And next we head to Duluth, where a local bank is encouraging kids to think about saving. North Shore Bank is offering a $5,000 prize to creative teens who submit a video about money management. Called Lights, Camera, Save, students ages 13 to 18 are tasked with creating a 30-second video that demonstrates using money wisely by March 31st. All levels of filmmakers are welcome to try it out. Prizes will be awarded to first, second, and third place. And we wrap up in Evelyn tonight, where the local library is celebrating the new month. The Evelyn Public Library is hosting a year-long reading challenge with several prompts for readers to complete. This month, the librarians will be taking on the Publish in 2022 challenge and reading books that have been published in just the last 2 months. They are also celebrating Read Across America Day today, an event annually held on March 2nd in honor of Dr. Seuss's birthday. As always, we will have links to all of today's stories on our website. And if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, showing off their skills and raising money for a good cause. How UMD students are giving back to the community.
We got 1/10 of an inch of snow last night. Come tonight, we're going to get a clear sky. That'll allow temperatures region-wide to go below zero at least a little bit. Followed in turn by sunshine Thursday, clouds on Friday, and 80% chance for precip this weekend. We'll talk about which form it'll take coming up after the break.
Stay connected to live local CBS 3. Check out our exclusive content on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as our mobile app, and join the conversation on today's big stories.
Now is the time to turn your dream into a reality with 11% off design and buy projects at Menards. Breeze through your project planning with ease using interactive tools that factor in the details that matter. If you're dreaming of a kitchen with an island for entertaining, a deck to grill up the perfect hot dog, or a post frame building large enough to protect your prized possessions, what are you waiting for? Get a free estimate with instant pricing and buy your project today with Design and Buy at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. 4 quarters of big plays, ankle-breaking moves, and ball-handling wizardry. Do they dunk? Do they dunk? See the stars rattle the rim in the all-new in-game dunk contest. This is the team everyone can cheer for. The Spread Game Tour is coming. Don't miss the Globetrotters in Duluth on March 19th. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com.
Sagging, bouncing, or uneven floors? Call DBS. Standing water or high humidity? nasty odors, or dangerous mold? Call DBS. Critters, bugs, or other pests? That's right, call DBS. It's a fact. Crawl space problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call DBS. Call DBS today.
Just follow me. I'll lead the way.
There's always something new under the sun.
Oh, you just put me in a good mood.
CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Today certainly was a beautiful day thanks to higher pressure pushing in. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures bubbled under normal, but when the sun's around, sometimes you just can't tell. Tonight, because of a clear sky from the high pressure cell, we are going to go below zero. Anywhere from just a couple degrees below to about 15 below up north. Thursday, the high pressure cell still with us, will be mostly sunny, but by Friday, a big low from the west starts to cloud us up, and that could sock us in Saturday and Sunday with a rain-snow mix. That could be a fairly sloppy ordeal. We'll talk about that after this very quick look at our current conditions. 23 above and sunny at Duluth International Airport with a north-northwest wind going 14 miles per hour. Relative humidity pretty dry at 32%. Current temperatures, we'll call them Midland. At least they're above zero. 17 International Falls. Low 20s on the Mesabi Range. Upper teens for the Vermilion. Cuyuna numbers in the mid-20s. And east central Minnesota is running from 23 to about 30 degrees. Around the head of the lakes, we're going 23 to 27. Into the rest of northern Wisconsin, we're looking at 24 to 26 degrees. As cool as 16 up the Gunflint Trail, but as warm as 22 for Ironwood. And Watersmeet is almost there as well. Temperature-wise over the next couple of days, still bubbling under the normal of 30 a bit, but again, it's going to be close enough where we're not going to get too upset about it. Though, again, tonight will be a little bit brisk with Twin Ports numbers going towards 5 below. Higher pressure coming in from Canada is trying to clear the sky. Clouds are trying to cling down towards the south, and for the short term, I do think the high pressure is going to win out. That high will make it sunny here for our Thursday. As we get into Thursday here, we see that the high comes in from Canada, keeps the sun going, but it keeps going too, and it leaves our region, setting us up on Friday then for clouds to return as the low pressure system from the west makes it cloudy on one hand and brings us an 80% chance for the rain snow mix on the other for especially Saturday night in through Sunday morning. Here's the latest theories on what sort of precip we're going to be getting. Wet snow is most likely from the Iron Ranges to the Canadian border, and wet snow means about 4 to 6 inches. If that was a light and fluffy 4 to 6 inches, we wouldn't care, but this will be the gloppy stuff that's hard to move, could be a pain in the neck. Then a wintry mix for the North Shore, South Shore, East Central Minnesota, bit of rain and snow and a touch of ice possible too, so it could be very slippery. And then farther south, south of Hayward, well, we start to run into all rain as the system tries to bring warmer air up on its southern fringes. Tonight, cold air comes in from the northern fringes, and we could go maybe 0 by the lake, otherwise 5 to 15 below. That's for Minnesota, yes. Into Wisconsin, Michigan, not as cold there. We'll call it 0 to 5 below. Should be clear to partly cloudy for Wisconsin, but a touch of lake influence with that northerly wind could make flurries for the UP. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and in the mid-20s for Wisconsin, Michigan, bubbling under normal by maybe 5 degrees, we'll say. For Minnesota, a little bit brisker, 17 to 24 for the highs. The normal is 30, but sunshine, covers a lot of troubles. Then it gets cloudy Friday. Then Saturday and Sunday, there is the chance for the rain-snow mix. Be ready, have your supplies, all that sort of thing. Ride this thing out, because by Monday it clears up. And by Tuesday, we just might go up towards normal. Sunshine and 30 this time in March. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, that's the good news I want to hear, Dave. Thank you. Students at UMD are raising money to help out community members in need. The UMD Honors Student Association partnered with CHUM last fall to raise money for the Steve O'Neill Apartments. The apartments are owned by CHUM and were created to help children and families experiencing homelessness. Since last Thanksgiving, the students have raised a total of $10,000 through donations and a talent show called Bulldogs Got Talent. John Cole, executive director of CHUM, says the money raised will go toward providing a new shuttle service for families in the apartments to get around the city.
They've been doing tremendous work assisting the families and supporting the families here at the Stephen Neal Apartments. And it is a notable achievement that in this particular year that they have decided to raise funds to provide transportation.
According to Cole, many residents at Steve O'Neill don't own cars, and there aren't many stores within walking distance of the apartment, so a van service would be a huge help for residents. Local fire officials have a warning for anglers who are still going out on the ice. They are asking people to stay off the big lake and use extra caution on inland lakes, especially at this point in the winter. With warming temperatures and days like today where we saw those heavy winds, the ice is unpredictable and unsafe. Duluth Fire Captain Jason Siegel says March is one of the most dangerous months of the year for ice fishing. Ice tends to break up much quicker with changing conditions in the spring weather.
You may walk out on Lake Superior and you may be on 4 inches of ice, which is safe for a snowmobile or a four-wheeler, and the next step you may be on 1 inch of ice.
Siegel stresses no fish is worth risking your life, but if you do choose to get out on the ice, he says you should have a plan and the tools to pull yourself out of the water just in case of an emergency. It's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets, and today's pet comes to us from Animal Allies here in Duluth. This is Tony Bob, and if his name doesn't just kill you, I don't know what will. Look at those eyes. Oh, he's adorable. He's a 6-year-old mixed breed pup looking for a loving forever home. He is a little nervous around new people and takes a little bit to warm up, but once he's ready, our friends at the shelter tell us he is wonderful and very sweet. If you would like to set up an appointment to adopt Tony Bob, then you can call the number on your screen. Still to come, as the Russian invasion into Ukraine nears the 1-week mark, parents may be wondering how to address the conflict with their children. We hear from a child psychologist after the break.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. Call right now for your free book. And as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched over 1,200 annuities and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from financially strong insurers. Again, that's Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free, for calling Annuity General today. Supplies are limited. Call now.
Call 800-816-8219. That's 800-816-8219.
Russell, what does this have to do with law?
Absolutely nothing.
Hi, folks. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with a benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Millions of people have called the Medicare Coverage Helpline. Call, check your zip code, see if you're eligible, and get what you deserve. Call now.
Call 1-800-476-5600. That's 1-800-476-5600 now.
I know, but Mom, don't skip your recommended vaccines. They help protect you against certain diseases, so ask your doctor or pharmacist about any recommended vaccines you may need. Skip the other stuff instead, like, I don't know.
Skip the pants. Huh?
They're already doing that.
Nice.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Cully.
Yeah, so skip one of those mini Zoom parties. No, Mom, no. Not our Zoom party. I lost her.
Don't let the weather ruin your day. Dave Anderson, Peter Kevitkauskas, and Bo Fogel. The CBS 3 weather team, tracking more than just severe storms. Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
2 years of dealing with the pandemic has been especially hard on children and teens, and now many are worried and asking questions about the war in Ukraine. Laura Podesta has more on how parents can approach these difficult conversations.
16-year-old Ava Felice and classmates gathered around the TV in their high school law class watching President Biden speak about the war in Ukraine.
We're like, oh my gosh, what's happening right now? Like, this is crazy. It's just another thing to be added onto the list.
The New Jersey teen says from school threats to COVID and now Ukraine, it's been a stressful time.
As a teenager, it's hard to see like what my next step will be because I don't know what the next step of the world is going to be.
Navigating how to talk to children about what's going on can be tough for parents.
What they really need to know, especially for younger kids, pre-adolescents, is that people do have wars. They have disagreements, but it's a place that is far, far away.
Cleveland Clinic pediatric psychologist Dr. Vanessa Jensen says parents should shield younger children from disturbing images. For teens, ask questions about what they know.
I want to keep you safe because you're my child, but I also want to talk to you. I want to learn from you. I want to learn with you. If they start talking about, are we going to have war here? The older the child, the more honest you can be. I hope not, but I can't guarantee you that in your lifetime, you'll never have a war.
I also think we have to trust our kids that as much as we want to shelter them, they're a lot more resilient, I think, than sometimes we realize, and a lot more knowledgeable.
I just really wish that there was more information out there that was accessible to us, or that more adults would tell us, what's going on. Our generation is stronger and more resilient and more empathetic than a lot of adults may think.
And Ava believes her generation will make this world better. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
Dr. Jensen also says taking action can help children understand what is going on around them. For example, families could make a card for someone in the military or pray for the safety of Ukraine.
Coming up, a lot of important headlines tonight. The brutal fight for one of Ukraine's largest cities and the heroism from the unarmed Ukrainian people standing up to the Russians. Plus, our investigation into the nationwide infant formula recall, what we're learning about the health inspections where the formula was made, and the devastating Marshall Fire, the amazing surprise in store for some of Colorado's youngest victims. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health St. Mary's Heart and Vascular Center. Visit essentiahealth.org/myheart to take our free online heart health risk assessment.
At Home Furniture, we offer the best quality, value, and selection in fine furnishings. Enjoy classic styles in our fine furniture gallery, the contemporary urban look of Uptown, handmade quality from Amish craftsmen, or the up-north comfort of lodge furniture. For your lifestyle, there's no place like home.
Black Bear Casino Resort wants you to join our team. On Monday, April 4th, you are invited to our job fair from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the Otter Creek Event Center. Applications and interviews available for on-the-spot hiring, with part-time and full-time positions available. We offer many benefits for full-time employees, from 6 paid holidays each, 3+ weeks of paid time off, reward for perfect attendance, 401k retirement plan that we match, health and dental plans, life insurance coverage, long-term and short-term disability, FMLA, and workers' compensation. We can't wait for you to join our team on April 4th at our job fair. For more information, visit blackbearcasinoresort.com.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS 3. Brought to you by Range Regional Airport.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me.
Our exclusive access to the presidential platform. We will witness yet another moment in history.
The CBS Evening News with Norah O'Donnell from Washington, D.C.
Let Home Sleep Express take the mystery out of Internet box beds. Plus 3-year special financing from top brands like Nectar for $26 a month, Casper just $42 a month, or Purple just $46 a month. Test and buy Casper, Purple, and Nectar only at Home Sleep Express.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Wednesday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, we had the latest after today's presidential visit to Superior. The president and first lady made the trip just one day after his State of the Union address. In his speech at UWS, he touched on the war in Ukraine, as well as how Build Back Better infrastructure bill will impact Superior. He specifically focused on the Blotnick Bridge, which is set to see several major improvements in 2028. And tonight at 6, we will continue with our coverage of President Biden's visit today by looking into the other projects the historic infrastructure bill will cover, including those in the rest of Wisconsin and across Minnesota. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is up next. We'll see you back here at 6.